Whew. And for once I thought I was done. Well, let's get going. The Tilpa of Agape. I don't know how to pronounce that properly, to be honest. As she speaks those words, giving him the name the I've been seeking, I felt like claws scratching the other side of my chest. What does this say? Hold on, I need to... Should I quit save? Hold on. Yeah, we can quit save. I'll see what this says. Epilogue, of course, this is an epilogue. A familiar but unwelcome feeling, like I've stepped on the tail of a repulsive creature. As I struggle to push past loathsome feeling, Izio Senpai continues. She speaks of the statue of the visionary and how it's stepping on a snake. I see it every morning. I never really noticed a snake beneath her feet. The top of a gape. Hearing those words, I taste bile. Would it be better to vomit up or fight to keep it down? The urge to vomit rises every time I think of my stepmother, bringing a disgusting feeling in my throat. A cold sweat stands out on my forehead and touches my body.
Suo-kun.
She stares out into my face, but her eyes aren't really looking at me, but her gaze is directed into a distance. Then she tells me she'll give her a farewell gift, information she gained from an incident 1 year ago. Something slashes in my insides again, bringing up another wave of revulsion. I asked her what that information might be.
引き継ぎの言葉と同じ。もう一つの鍵だ。
I hear a voice as though it's far, far away, almost promotion. I feel a shadow of my Kokosaka draw closer. Yes, I...
あの聖堂での夜からマユリを取り戻すためだけに動いていた。
Izura is still gazing at me with the eyes that seems directed at something far off but terribly important. In a brief moment, before I could form any words, I become cognizant of the deep silence surrounding us, as though we were at the bottom of the ocean. Silence settles heavily on my shoulders, and sweat was covering my body. It was replaced by a startlingly piercing cold. I think back on when I resolved to pursue this. Some months passed by like a class. Oof. Yeah, it's back to spring now. The smile on the girl in the mirror was distant, an awkward and made up. Yes, it was that day. The night chap always speaks those fateful words from Yasuo Senpai. Deducing that the Council Nikea, Yasuo knew something about this with Mairi, I begged her to tell me where she had gone, but Yasuo had told me that I was not know. At the same time, I despaired. I rejoiced because it was proof that she was no. She knew the circumstances behind Mairi's disappearance. So I pressed her forcefully. I didn't care what became of me. I just wanted to know what happened to Mairi. After some hesitation, Yasuo offered me a deal. In return for her giving me the key to solving the mystery, I would become president of Nikea. Yasuo seemed shocked when I said her terms. Perhaps she assumed that someone 10 minutes into it would block, or if I did so, I'd take my time about it. But I didn't have the time. I couldn't waste a single minute, a single second. I wanted to see Mairi again. How strong? I spoke a line like some badass from a heroin movie. Checking that girl in the mirror, figuring myself, I adjusted my necktie, then bathed in like gentle morning sun. I headed over to the bed where... Is my mic on muted? Yeah, it's only muted. Let me just slow down the volume. There you go. Alright, so... Whoa. In order to fulfill the terms of Yuzuria's deal, I started considering taking position with the Council of Nikea. As it turned out, even to put myself forward as a candidate, I would have to receive a high praise as class president, or get excellent grades in the end of term exams. Have a recommendation of 2 or more current members of the council. Have the recommendation of 1 or more faculty members. Attend a discussion panel and win the 4 or more members of a panel, consisting both of council and faculty members. After all that, I'll be qualified to stand a candidate, and the final decision would come down to votes in an election. I wasn't the class president. I first busy myself studying for exams. A vague definition of Ellie's excellent grades troubled me. So I decided to think about it in the simplest way possible. I just have to come on top on every single subject. Easier said than done. Still, without anyone noticing, I quietly devoted myself to my studies in preparation for the end of the midterm exams. However, just before Halloween, the shift shifter incident came along. A special cold water for my fire resolved. I deduced the culprit and the motive from the information I heard from my classmates and Yuzuriha discussed on my heart reopening. The fear that Yuzuriha would see right through my silly emotions and that the offenders would be judged. But she took feelings into consideration to come up with the biggest compromise possible. And thanks to that, Halloween arrived safely. I laughed and smiled with my dear Amity partner.
随分と時間がかかっているようなの
Oh,
だけど
she's making that makeup.
すごくかっこよくしているから大丈夫安心して
I said that to Rika, who seemed genuinely concerned. She smiled up to me while continuing her makeup.
心配なんかしてないわただ私ばかりに時間を取られてスオさんの方がおざなりになっているというか
You definitely rush hers, that's for sure.
そんなことない十分よ私の方がまだうまくできなくて
That's a lie.
そうなんだか普通のメイク道具だけじゃないものも使っているみたいだけどせっかくだからリッカさんをかっこよくしたいの時間がかかりすぎて疲れちゃったそんなことないわその人に顔を触られているのってその
I felt the same way. I hadn't realized having your makeup done would be so relaxing.
私もよきっとリッカさんにメイクしてもらったからねスオーさんあとは額の方をこれを付け足すと打足かしら何なんだか最近張り詰めていたみたいだから私ホラーやサスペンスものとか苦手だからハロウィンの行事を耳にしたとき
Honestly,
本当は嫌だったけど
the fact that she is gonna find out is kind of scary.
スオさんが楽しそうにしているし今は本当に良かったって思っているの
My nose stung and my eyes became wholly of sinus, but I managed to hold back my tears for the sake of my makeup.
私リッカさんが見てで本当に良かった私も八重垣さんと高崎さんみたいな関係
No.
それはどういう私にとってリッカさんはエリカさん的に言うと頼りになる相棒だわ
If I recall, the Robin is useless.
相棒そうよね
Her cheeks flushed awkward and she nodded. I smiled and took a step back in full costume.
よしこれくらいにしておきましょうあんまり繊細な細工にすると給仕するときに取れてしまうかもしれないし取れる細工さあ準備は済んだわそろそろダイニングルームに行きましょう料理部のみんなが待ってる一度鏡を見てもいいスオさんを信用してないとかじゃなくて
I put my thought she wasn't allowed.
互いにメイクするときに鏡は見ないって約束したでしょその方が面白いってそれはそうだけど
I'm just taking a good look at this because
みんなの反応でどんな風
I'm
に
more
想
curious
像し
on
た方が楽しいって話したでしょ大丈夫よリッカさんかっこいいわ
I'm more curious on how the fuck she get all that tools to.
本当？
I guess online shopping was a thing.
映画のマイフェアレディを思い出すわ。メイクして見違えた。
So fucking ironic. I just can't begin with that.
それって下町生まれのお花売りの娘を一人前のレディーに育てるってお話よね。
Despite it being one of my most favorite movie scenes ever, I still had to check with me. I nodded. My grandfather thought the point of Halloween was the costume something terrifying. Vika didn't look too convinced, but I gave it a little push on the back to set off the body of the diner hall. I began my initial preparations for getting the recommendations for 2 or more Korean members of Nikkei. Well, I had the option of using my connection to Kamikado. I was saving that for the last resort. People already knew I was friends with both Kamikado Senpai and SSU Senpai. I couldn't have both recognition for the current president anyway. But I know a lot of people think I was scheming with trading on my friendship explanations. That was the conclusion I came out with once I officially no, sorry, I read it wrong. Once I was officially a candidate, I would be relying on votes from people in school. A little before the plans were made for a hiking event hosted by the cooking club, I used Sasaki's connection in my relationship with the second-year students. Then came the Wendigo incident. Rumors appeared that was popped up. This autumn was drawing close. Was drawing to a close. Sorry. Around the same time as the Koya style. If talk of the Wendigo blew too much, we were in a situation like the shapeshifter. I looked into it for Vika's sake. She was so excited for the look of it. I think the origins wouldn't help anyone. I have to conclude that the rumors will probably die down soon, so I decided to leave it all and use UV as a home.
そして判断は正しかった。
I hate it when they do that. It's kind of scary. I thought to myself, I listened to Vika singing, and the other older girls, and let the other girls rendition off, made more magic soothe my ears. Of course. Even I was working to solve the 7 mysteries, I haven't slacked out my efforts to become president of Nikkei. I was able to play stop in all subjects in the turn and receive recommendations from the current constant teacher and auditor. Then we could help a former faculty member too.
ニカイアの会の会長を目指すの？
It wouldn't have been strange for her to ask me yet, Nika never did. However,
スオさんが会長を目指すなら、私は副会長になって支えるわ。
Guessing adopts aside, she made this declaration to me. After all, that's what I'm reading stuff for, she said. I was happy to hear that. As someone who has to complete me, it's hard to put into words just how much that meant to me. Then,
リンゴさん。
as I was finishing preparations for Mr. Forward's kind of elections, like a ball out of the blue, news spread that Ringo and Yuzuriha were dating. The fact that Ringo was dating the most popular girl drew a amount of jealousy from my classmates. Others who didn't know so were more obviously in the envy. In the class, Vika and I could be worse of it, but I'm sure that she was being treated harshly by when I was around. Then the relation crumbled after a painful incident. Ringo-san was attacked by a creature dressed up on old memories. Harsh, unthinkable crime, but it's also something unlucky break if you beg your pardon. This was because of the news mitigated envy of it directed away. However, it also gave rise to new problems. Then it confessed to being her being the culprit of the crime. Her confession was known only to a few people. The only people who was at her trial were members of the Nikaya and Sister Besquet. And I also had connections with both sides, particularly console members. Emotions swelled within me as I finished the panel discussion. Having received official acknowledgement of my candidacy, I confronted Yuzuriha as she lay in bed. Through our conversation, I realized how much anger was tumultuating within me. I mean, I encouraged her so much, but to reason with her gently. but when I stood up before her, my mouth came out. Out of my mouth came a book of a
コ
book.
ミカドネリネは高坂まゆりです。
I asked why. When I was reaching out for help, she went out for a hand. It was I uttered to my tears as well as those of Vika and Ishigo tried to cheer her up. Once she was back on her feet, the Yuzuriha resolved to deal with the werewolf of the bell tower. Then, no, that was us first. The gun came down on the werewolf of the bell tower. There's only with myself, Yuzuriha, and Erika knowing the truth. Then, feared for the future, I went ahead and made my campaign speech, putting myself forward in presidency. This is a lot of stuff. On a pleasant winter morning, I woke up and forced myself to my warm bed and sat with another equally pleasant feeling. My pledges has been approved, and I was officially going to be the next president of the Council of Nicaea. Yes, I had taken another step closer to Mayuri. Every time I said her name, the fire quietly smoldering in my heart spread its truth. Ah! It wasn't nervousness. I was just watched. It's just my own wrench of emotions. For fuck, I need to read properly. The promise was a succession. Upon receiving those, I am able to see her again. On earth as it is in heaven. So that's what would the answer I had so desperately sought right there ahead of me. Woof. Woof. Okay. Feeling I woke up from an internal slumber, I let out a long, lingering sign of contentment. The fire in me has cooled. I lay in bed, gazing up at the ceiling.
まゆりに会ったら何を話したらいいだろう。
Should I criticize her for leaving the academy without a word to me? Or should I start by telling her everything that's happened since she left?
何も思いつかない。
There's too much I want to say. Feeling that cold, clear light of winter against my cheeks, I think of Mayuri. The girl with a smile and like a sunny spring day. I'm sure that the moment I see that smile, I'll be rendered speechless. The words die on my lips, killed by the desire to simply feel her in my
図
arms.
書室でのあの夜。
When Mayuri and I opened up to ourselves to one another, and undeniable magnetism drew us together. When I lost her, at first I wish I could scrub away all memories I had by that point. I felt that if it were causing her to suffer, that it would be better if it could have just disappeared.
でも今は違う。
My heart and my body still want her so much. I'm sure she too, but
もし過去を断ち切った素振りをされたら
if she's already torn away her feelings within us of belonging to the past, as soon as the odious thought strikes, the chill runs to me and it feels like the air is running into her tins.
悪い方へ考えるのは
I smile cynically, the realization that even though I haven't really yet been reminded of Mayuri, I'm going to go through all emotions in my imagination.
バカみたい。
I'm just gonna save that part, I'm sorry. Whip. I can save here, fuck it, quick save.
バカみたい。
The clock is wise. He knows it's better to remain silent, and silence is golden. When it comes to this kind of troublesome question, I stared intently at the hands of the clock, willing my own internal clock to sync up with reality. Time to get up. Time to wash my face, do my hair, put on my uniform, wake up, wake us on. The fixed motions of a regular morning. A feeling of buoyant, I get out of bed. The glow of my hope in my heart has made my body light, but things aren't going to be that simple. There's always a new obstacle to overcome. From the bumps on the floor, and we strip slowly to the cliffs that are suddenly falling down to the abyss. While their depth and height may differ, but they're guaranteed to crop up. No, a cliff is a right metaphor. It's more like
まるで使い勝手のいいゴミ箱のように。
all kinds of problems get tossed in my way. And the most recent is one of them is that usually have refuses to tell me the voice of session that will be key to get my aim back. She might have some reason. She's not a bad person, I know that, but I can't help but look at her with anger in my eyes. Even when she was chatting and really was like I turned to a forceful gaze at her. I was mixed up, not knowing what to do when my meeting partner, Vika, spelled it out to me. I was agonizing over it.
八代先輩から伝言を頼まれたの。クリスマスのミサの前に伊豆肉へ来てほしいって。
That's what was like major evangels in my ears. Has something changed in her? I had cogs in my mindset job or replaced entirely? And I about saw myself I hugged Vika and counting down the days to Christmas. Now I survive, the day of my fate will change.
スオ君、スオ君。
Phew. But then, instead of using Viha, her figure in this thing, I'm looking at her to a gold fishbowl. She brings me back to the prison. I received the key that will bring me to Mairi. I can feel the sweat cooling in my body.
ひどい顔色だ。椅子に座るといい。
But the hand on my fall back, she rushed me to it when I shake my head.
構いません。もう一つの鍵の話をお願いします。しかし。
Bowing my head, I pleaded again. Do not show size and subsided, but I can't lose this chance. After saying it internally for a moment, she relents.
僕が君へ与える選別だが、以前聖堂で君が挙げた疑問。
She does with the back of her head.
温室で怪我をしたのを本当に事故だったのかを尋ねた問いだが、それは誰に襲われたのですか？僕の口からは言え。
Bite down my lip, she does my questions again. With a cynical smile, Yuzuru turns to the pulls out a notebook, she rushes a pen across the page. Still fighting by nausea, I watch her in
犯
silence.
人の名を口にすることはできないが、アガペのダルバ、高坂真由里へと通じる。
Tearing out the page from the notebook, she hands it
こ
to
こに
me.
ある。
Oh, name of the place. Let's fucking do this, people. Let's fucking do this. The place is written in a note as is really walking within distance. It's not close enough for me to split out of the dining hall where people are celebrating at the mass. And night after night, I just don't sleep a wink. I run through my usual morning routine, don't deal with any issues I could with Iznik. And then at last, I set off for the place of the former president, Yuzuru gave me.
このまままだまっすぐよね。
Snow obscured the landscape. Squinting down at a note, I trudged through the forest. I filled it with a white coat without stopping. Sudden chill, my cheek makes me look up. Snow started to swirl in the late sky. I like. Is there a space? Is there a space? I want to relive. Okay, good. There has been a space. I was trying to. Yep. It's holiday winter, and she's wearing her winter uniform. Maybe this happened somewhere in time of Hiva. Nothing in my brain suggests is that I should turn back before it becomes a real blizzard. I spent a moment to check the place out for myself. However, to be honest, I'm only half convinced I'll find it. I have my doubts whether this place was possibly holds the keys to it just, but despite my uncertainties when I landed at a specific location, there it is, run down, dilapidated, by a ruined chapel, just there, just as she wrote. The sky removed from the cabin, causing my questions of life. Why here? Screwing out my eyes, taking a small examine the chapel. What was that chapel currently stands beside him was collapsed for some reason? I looked through the other mics of the key, saying clearly this goes out of state in the same spot, but why would the chapel be so far away from it?
それともここは何かの祭儀で使っていたとか。
But that's the least of our worries. Well, an inspection ruins of fire. Oh, Sue on the Austin desk now. Areas of the crumbling plaster walls are blackened with scoot. It's covered up with snow, but I can tell it didn't happen recently. It feels like it was 1 years ago. No, decades ago.
これが何を意味しているっていうの。
A burned down chapel. Surely it's giving me questions that could provide stepping stones for me. But how is this a key?
何かを見逃している。
The snowstorm is raging harder, roaring in my ears, tipping my concentration, ignoring the noise as best I can. Never mind, stay at the ruins, falling still. What happened here? Why is there no mention of this chapel in the academy sound relaxed? I rub the person taking my nose with my finger. My eyes fall down to my hand. circled around the chapel ruins, but it was a check mark just outside the circle.
聖堂跡からずれているわ。
Circle wasn't precise. I thought that the check mark was to provide further emphasis, but raising my arm across my face to shield myself from the blizzard, I set out to the ruins. Sometimes rages harder to play by these places I seek. The weather is now wild, so it's going to be quite a hindrance when I set back off the circle. But it's like if it gets grip me, I can't stop in my search. Even as wind, oh my god, my eyes. Even as wind hits my ear around, I struggle to. I struggle to just the snow to the view of the ruins. Then a conspicuous tree catches my eye. Of course, the forest is full of trees, but something that stands out. It's a different species.
この木だわ。
Grandfather, thanks to my grandfather, his hobby was horticulture. Heading alone, immediately told my messenger to keep around. Then hid under the tree, something solid.
もしかして墓標？
What? I simply know that this gravestone, this is the key you want me to give me. With shaking hands, I brush away the snow. There, beneath this layer of snow, Roman letters carved into the stone. Narrowing my eyes against the icy blast of wind, I read them over and over. No matter how much I write the name, it stays the same. Step by step, laid out loud. What does it say? Oh, what? What?
Baskia.
The tale progresses to the final season. Flowers lay volumes so hyper. Whew, that's gonna be one hell of a start for Hyver. So that means we unlock the character voices. Shut up. Fine. So we have Suo, yeah, I have these characters. Alright, so this is 100% complete. Nothing lost, nothing less, nothing more. So far there's nothing that's missing. This will be the thumbnail of the video. I don't know what will come of Hyver, but all I know is that it's gonna be a long wait like last time, but it won't be long enough. So thank you for following me on this journey, guys. I will continue on the next season, Winter. So if you guys want to follow me on that journey, I hope you guys are ready for the wait, because I know for a fact that it's gonna be a long time. I appreciate the company you guys gave me. This is Yuki with a gas mask, signing out. Oh wait, wrong song. 1 second. Besides, I guess I don't need this. Guess I don't need this song. Hold on. I wouldn't say. I hope it's not in 2020. I hope it's in 2021. Even if I hate to finish this, I want to finish it a bit early. I want it to be done soon as possible, because I know for a fact that no one's gonna be able to wait that long. Well, except for me, of course. Alright, so this is Yuki with a gas mask, guys. This has been a good journey. See you guys in Harira.